Welcome to the Diva Details. Welcome to the Diva Details, where bold, confident women embrace life unapologetically. From love and sex to wellness and reinvention, we keep it raw, real, and powerful. No filters, no limits. Just fearless conversations to help you thrive. Let's dive in with Diva Mia and Diva Cat.
Howdy, this is Mia. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about core values. One of the things I think we forget as we get older is that our core values do change a little bit, but the main parts of them don't. Core values are something that shows your morality, can be your ethics, your integrity, and it's your own personal power. Your core beliefs are things that you do when no one's watching. If you say your core belief is to be loyal, but then you go out to strip clubs or watch a bunch of porn or go flirt with a bunch of people, or even just chat with other people online, if you're a man chatting with other women, if you're a woman chatting with other men in inappropriate ways, then you are not following your core belief of being loyal. Core beliefs are unstoppable. It's something who you are no matter what. If you say you're loyal to someone even when nobody's watching. If you say you're honest even when it hurts. You're honest even when you have to tell somebody the hard truth. If a core belief of yours is that you don't steal when people aren't looking. If something happens, you return it. That's a core belief. Core beliefs are soul shifting. It is truly part of who you are as a person. And if you can find someone that aligns with your core beliefs and be friends with those people, that maybe your partner or your spouse is similar, core beliefs are, I think, bigger than hobbies. I think people look for hobbies. They'll go find somebody that likes to play pickleball, but yet they don't find someone that's loyal. And oh my gosh, they got a pickleball partner that, well, there you go. They didn't have a similar core belief. Core beliefs are truly internal, and that is hard to find. I think there's a lot of different places you can go. You can do disc profiles to kind of find out what your core beliefs are and if you align with people. But it is different than anything else. It's more than just having a positive mindset. We're talking about morality. We're talking about integrity. We're talking about personal power. So it's from how you treat people and how you talk to yourself. People with strong core beliefs will be the same no matter when other people are around. So if you go to a restaurant by yourself and you're rude to a waiter, but yet when you're out there and you're out there with a person or you're on a date, you're super nice, you don't have a core belief of treating other people nicely or treating other people with respect. And so a core belief, you should be that way no matter what. It doesn't change when you're with different people. Your belief system determines who you're going to become. It's going to determine what kind of life you're going to lead. And this belief system is powerful. And no one can tell you what is a right and a wrong core belief. Now, society will. If you have a core belief that it's okay to steal from people, society will say, no, it's not, and put you in jail. If you find that it's a core belief that it's okay to hurt someone, society will disagree and put you in jail. So there are core beliefs that are influenced for sure by society, but there's core beliefs on our own that we can influence. One of the things I do love about church is that it helps create core beliefs and rules and boundaries for people that are in a very high moralistic way. Now, not everyone follows them, and I can't say just because you go to church, you're going to be a moral and ethical person that's got integrity, etc. But it does give you a foundation. I wish church was involved in more people's lives and more children's lives and more adults' lives. But that's the way it is. But when you have good ethical behavior, it doesn't matter if you go to church. It will help strengthen your belief system, but the good people that have the core values that are strong, that are ethical, they radiate that. You can tell when someone has a core belief and is honest and is ethical and upholds that and is spiritual, even if they're not at church every Sunday. It transcends who they are. So there's a difference between achieving success and becoming someone that you're proud of. Because I think that in life, sometimes we think that, oh, I have a core belief that I'm going to be successful, but are you going to be proud of who you've become in order to get that success? And some people will sell out their core beliefs on the road to success. They will sell out their soul, basically, and who they are in order to achieve who they want to become. And if you sell out yourself, if you sell out who you are now, you're going to not recognize yourself when the success actually happens. Core beliefs are invisible. So it's kind of a rule that you set for yourself. I've always said that if you're not a cheater, you never will be. So I was a person that didn't cheat at anything. I don't cheat at schoolwork. I don't cheat on my partners. I don't steal. I don't lie. That's a core belief for me. For some people, it's not. Some believe that it's okay to cheat. Some people don't understand the implications that cheating causes. And if they don't have that as a core belief, it's going to be okay for them. And then the people that have the core belief that cheating's not okay have issues reconciling why someone would do that or how someone could do that. Well, it just wasn't their core belief. And then some people have a core belief that health is the most important thing you can have. Whereas other people, their core belief is they want to spend Friday nights, Saturday nights, and Sunday nights sitting on the couch, eating popcorn and watching TV because their core belief is to spend quality time with their family. And there's a disconnect there. If you have a person that says, my core belief is I got to be working out every day and I don't want to sit my butt on a couch. Those are two different core beliefs. So just remember your core beliefs. If you want to have the right people around you, have the core beliefs align. Now, hobbies don't have to align, but your core beliefs should. And they're going to shape your identity. They're going to shape your behavior. And honestly, you're going to have boundaries related to your core beliefs. Your habits are going to change, your emotional tone. But if you can find people with the same core beliefs to surround yourself with, you're going to be a much happier person. You may want to keep the right people around you because if you can find people with the same core beliefs, you will have less internal conflicts with those. I do believe that the people that are around you that you surround yourself with have to have similar core beliefs, because that will impact you. It's the core root of your character. It's the compass of decision making. Everything comes from your core beliefs. You have beliefs that will guide you, your purpose, your thought process, your integrity, your drive. All that comes from core beliefs. Now, you can, if you change your core beliefs, you can change who you are. A lot of people will go into the prison system and they've done some bad things. And in prison, they'll get reformed and change their core beliefs and come out a different person. Someone could go into rehab and come out a different person, but they had to change a core belief. They had to go deep inside, heal deep inside, and change a core belief. Heck, you could have been cheating on your spouse and you come out reformed after you get burned really bad and you change your core beliefs. But you have to do a lot of work to change a core belief because it's so deep down inside you that it's tied to a lot of other beliefs. So the core belief, just remember, it's deep. It's in your soul. There are more moral and ethical core beliefs, and here's some of them. Just doing the right thing matters, even when no one's watching. I said that earlier. I think taking full responsibility of your actions is just as important, but it is a core belief to take responsibility for your actions. If you're one of those people that projects and blames other people, it's not a good character. Blaming other people for your actions and your bad decisions means you're not emotionally mature. Honesty, being a foundation, is real power in life too. If you can be honest with yourself and if you can be honest with others, you're going to have real power in life. People like people that are honest and people like people that are vulnerable because people feel like they can trust them. If you say, I don't lie, cheat, or manipulate, you got to do it when other people aren't watching as well. My word is my bond. My word is my oath. If I tell someone I'm going to be a certain way, that's how I'm going to be. If I tell someone I'm showing up on time, I'm showing up on time. Nothing's going to stop me. So just remember, if you can commit to being who you say you're going to be a much happier person as well. And here's the thing. If you start telling people you're going to show up on time and then every time you show up 15 minutes late, you're not just breaking a bond to them and your word to them, you're breaking it to yourself. And do you really want to disappoint yourself? You got to look yourself in the mirror every single day, and some people can't. Some people, if they go do mirror work and they stare at themselves, they're ashamed. Some people look at themselves and they don't like who's looking back. And if that's how you feel, maybe it's time to look at some of your core values, your core belief systems, and rework them. But I will tell you, it's going to take some work because you're going to have to dive in deep as to why you've allowed things to become and take place in your life that you don't enjoy. Why you become who you don't want to be. Do you treat people with kindness? Is that your standard? Or do you yell at people on the highway if they cut you off? Do you treat staff like waiters and cleaning people and landscapers with kindness? Or are you yelling at them to get your way because you're a toddler that likes to throw a temper tantrum. Everyone's a person. Everyone deserves respect. So whether it's the janitor at the school or the mechanic or the grocery checkout person or the bag person that's bagging your groceries, treat people with respect. You don't know what they've gone through. You don't know what they're living through that day, but maybe you being nice and genuine and kind and caring can help them for that day. And if we all just remember that and treat each other with a little bit of respect, as a core value, can you imagine how happy and how good the world would be? I choose to see the best in people every day. I choose to see the best in situations. And when bad things happen, I still find the best in the situation, find a lesson in it. Negativity is a choice. Positivity is a choice. Joy is a choice. Choose to live in joy. Every time I hear somebody saying to me that realistically you have to do this, no, I don't. Because I live in joy and I live in positivity and I live in possibility. I own my energy. I give love to everyone. Not everybody gives me love back, I will say, but I do give love and caring and consideration to everyone. Don't expect everyone to give it back, but maybe next time they'll be a little bit kinder to the next person they run into just because I gave them love too. I think we as women are all about giving love. I think we as women give more love than anyone. We have that power. It is powerful to be able to give love. I'm not saying go sacrifice your needs for others, but I'm saying there's a lot of things we can do just to help other people that doesn't take away from who we are and may add to who you are, may help fill up your cup. I'm the kind of woman that I'd want to look up to. I want to be that woman. I want to be the woman that my kids look up to. I want to be someone that my friends can look up to and they can find joy in my joy and I can find joy in their joy and we can live happier and better because we know each other. We're only here for a little second on this planet. Life has gone so quickly. It's a speck of dust on a beach. But in reality, that speck of dust can make shine and sparkle, and you can make it the best life possible, one that is really, truly worth living so that you feel joy every day and that your core values and your integrity can transcend generations. Remember Honest Abe? Everybody remembers Honest Abe because he was so truthful. Honesty is a blessing. When people talk about your honesty hundreds of years later, that's a true thing. Integrity will build trust in your relationships and business and love and community. Trust is currency, and that trust is so important. And you see it with people that have cheated, that have been recognized nationally for cheating. You see it in people that have stolen money, the Bernie Madoffs. They're never trusted. And people, there's even congressmen getting in trouble for mortgage fraud. Once they've gone through that, I don't think the trust ever comes back. Bill Clinton is still the butt of most people's jokes. I guess pun intended on that. But him and his cigars, come on. There are people that you lose trust, you never get back. So keep your character, keep your morals. Your morals and your identity will shine through. Who do you really want to be? Do you want to be the person that nobody trusts, that nobody believes in? Or do you want to be the person that, they can always lean on you and they can always count on you because you have ethics, you have morals, and you have integrity? You're going to be the one grounded and centered that people know who you are. The fake people, I will tell you, they don't go far. They last. They might be a shining little star for a little bit and they fizzle out so quickly. But the ones that are true and honest, they're the ones that deliver. They're the ones that stick around. Ethical behavior will also protect your spirit. You never have to second guess. If you're not lying, you have no lies to cover up. People that lie, they don't even remember what they're lying about, and then they get caught in lies because they keep lying. People that steal, you know what? It comes back to get you. I swear, there is something with karma. It will come back and get you. People that play dirty tricks, that cheat, that lie, that steal. It just all comes back to get them. Not that I wish karma on anyone. I truly don't. But in the reality, that's kind of like checks and balances of the universe. You could have a short-term win, but long-term, you're going to suffer. It breaks your inner alignment. It breaks your soul. I think the positive characteristics that you have, the joy, it will radiate. People are going to be drawn to your presence because your energy is clean. Your energy is safe. Your energy is productive. Being a woman of character is true ultimate power to. It's truly stepping into your feminine, truly loving other people. It's a power move. I think it's sexy. I think sometimes it's rare with women. I think women care too much about the fake plastic facelifts and big lips and Botox, and they don't realize that their sexiness and their true power is their character, who they are as a person. We are unstoppable. It is rare to find a truly genuine person that is unstoppable, but if more women could be that way, we could change the world together. Because if you're truly who you are, if you're positive, if you bring love, if you bring caring, and if you're honest with people, even when it's uncomfortable, because I will say sometimes honesty is very uncomfortable, but if you're honest with people, eventually it will come through and everybody will know that you always tell the truth, and that's just who you are. You have integrity and you're pure, and your love is pure too. But don't compromise your values for others. I've seen that happen time and time again. People will mute themselves in order to stay in relationships. And the reality is, if you have to mute yourself in a relationship, it's not the right relationship. Don't change your core values for other people. You may struggle to set boundaries, but those boundaries have to protect your core values. You have to have integrity. If you have friends that like to go and steal things, don't hang out with those friends. If they lie a lot, don't hang out with them. If they're partiers and one of your things is not to party, don't be going hanging out with them either. Find your group, find your clan, find your tribe, find the people that you want to be with that match you. You're still going to need boundaries even then. Don't feel shame if you've tolerated stuff in the past, though. I had to learn this one. I put up with a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have in my past. I've allowed people to do things that go against all of my core values. What I've realized is that I muted myself in order to not make waves, to create a peaceful atmosphere so that there was no conflict. I can't do that anymore. I won't do that anymore. The reality is that you don't feel shameful about what's happened, because if you've done anything, you've learned a huge lesson about your core values and who you are as a person. So take that shame and turn it into a lesson. Take it and say, I'm not ashamed of it, but I did learn a great deal from it, and I've grown from it. Don't cycle in and out of guilt or regret on any of that, on any emotional drama. Take each thing that you have that happens that maybe didn't go the way you wanted to, just learn from it and take that in as a core value. If you keep attracting people that don't respect you, there's something you need to fix in your core values. If your outer life is too chaotic, then your inner beliefs are completely misaligned. Your core values are not functioning. If you have chaos in your finances, look on your insides. If you have chaos in your health, look on your insides and start aligning things to work for you in a better way. Look into new ways to heal yourself. Look into new ways to make more money, but do something that will help you realign. You can do things to strengthen your belief system. I think you need to redefine your standards. When you level up in life and redefine standards, that can help strengthen your belief system. What kind of woman do you want to be? What kind of man do you want to be? What values do you live by? I think sometimes journaling here will help as well. If you can write down what you want and who you want to be, even if you're not there yet, and redefine and recreate yourself into the person you want to be, an authentic person. Don't do it just to make money. Do it because this is who you truly want to be. And practice that moral discipline. It's moral discipline every single day. You've got to keep your word to yourself. You've got to keep your word to others. One of the things, sometimes people set goals. They say, I want to make $1 million in a year. Last year, they made $10,000. Now, I'm not saying it's not possible, but I want you to set a goal that you can hit and that you will hit so you can keep your word to yourself. So maybe you say, instead of I want to make $1 million in a year, why don't you say I want to make $10,000 in a month? And then the next month, maybe you say I'm going to double it. By the end of the year, you'll be at $1 million or more. So try that. Make sure you can keep the word to yourself and hit every single thing you're going to do, because then you're keeping your word, not just to others, but to yourself. And don't gossip. One of the things I know is that people that sit around and talk about others, they don't go very far in life. If you want to really up your game, start talking about concepts, and then from concepts, start talking about ideas, and then take those ideas and turn them into plans and create things. Playing dirty and gossiping is such a waste of time as playing around on your phone or sitting around watching TV all day long. I mean, how are you succeeding with that? But if that's your core value, that's your choice. Gratitude and optimism, grace, joy, all of these things, they give us such a passion for life. Train your brain to go after the light instead of the dark. Train your brain to follow the positive path, and it will lead you out of any darkness that you're in. I think we need to rewire our limiting beliefs as well. I had a podcast about limiting beliefs, and rewiring limiting beliefs is important. So surround yourself with people of character, people with similar core values. I think as I wrap this up, I think that's one of the most important things, because the people around you, if you can surround yourself, whether it's your spouse or your partner or your friends, family, or even your children should have similar core beliefs to you. The people you surround yourself will take you higher, or they can pull you back down. Solid core beliefs that are moral and ethical with integrity, they will take you up. Whereas ones that are victimhood and complaining and negative, they will bring you down. And it's your choice. You get to choose who you surround yourself. I'm a woman of grace. I have a lot of grit, and I want to be great. I walk in integrity. I choose light. I speak truth. I give people so much love, and I love well. I'm proud of who I'm becoming. I'm proud of other people around me, and I truly feel like my purpose is to love people and care for people. That's who I am. I do things that I'm passionate about. I try to avoid things that I'm not passionate about. But it's up to you. We all have limited time on this planet. Do you want to make your time beautiful, or do you want to make your time negative? It's your choice. Beliefs are rooted in truth and love, and some people love negativity. Life reflects in every room you walk in, your goals, your relationships, your energy. It all begins with you. So believe in who you are. I think if you can love yourself, if you can find core values that strengthen, yes, who you are as you level up, as you grow into the person you want to be, you will find and attract the right person for you. You will find and attract the right job for you. You will grow into the healthy body that you always wanted to have. And your children will grow with you if you have children still. So why don't we, instead of focusing on other people, instead of gossiping about politics, instead of constantly complaining about the weather or things that are going wrong in our lives, we go back, we look at our core values, we level up, we turn ourselves into the best version we are, and then we bring everyone that we know and love around with us. And if they don't want to come, that's okay. You can let them go. But the ones that come with you, I hope you enjoy the ride. This is Diva Mia. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment. We'd love hearing from you. Visit thedivadetails.com to connect. See you next week for more.
Diva Details podcast and website are intended solely for informational and entertainment purposes. The content provided does not constitute professional, medical, financial, or legal advice. We are not licensed medical practitioners, financial advisors, or legal professionals. Always consult with a qualified healthcare provider for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Any financial topics discussed are based on personal opinions and experience and should not be considered professional advice. The content provided does not constitute legal advice. The Diva Details and its affiliate contributors and guests are not liable for any losses or damages arising from the use of our content. The opinions expressed in the podcast are solely those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views of any affiliated organization, sponsors, or partner. All facts discussed in the podcast are researched and accurate to the best of our knowledge at the time of recording. Information may change over time. No guarantees are made regarding the accuracy, completeness, or reliability of any statements or opinions presented. It is the responsibility of the listener to verify any and all facts that may influence their decision. This podcast is for information and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered professional advice.